Hi, I'm Kat, and I'm just getting over a cold, so instead of doing a tutorial, I was hoping you guys would just watch television with me. How's that sound? So, Netflix, and let's watch some Stranger Things first. Whoa! Okay, that's scary. Never mind. We're not going to watch that. Maybe something a little more family friendly? How about that? Yeah, so let's put the Roku down and let's put this DVD in instead. There, much better. Beauty and the Beast. Perfect. All right, enough playing around. So I decided to make this television a 60-inch. So I'm going to draw a line diagonally and connect it horizontally and vertically in order to make a rectangle. You can go on ahead and cut that out in a clay shape and pre-bake it, and then add an additional sheet of clay onto the back. Now I'm using these pieces of stir sticks, coffee stir sticks, to indent in the pieces for the air vents and panel. And then a curved piece of the end of a popsicle stick or coffee stir stick as the base. That way it will be sturdy enough to hold up everything. I'm using my needle tool to punch in little holes for the vents, and also this little piece of aluminum that I've bent in half, and I'm going to go ahead and use this as well to put in horizontal vents. You can use an additional sheet of the aluminum, cut into tiny little strips, and wrap that around a pair of tweezers. This will give you a nice little trapezoidal shape that you can use for your HDMI cables and your USB cables. Now, of course, all this stuff is in the back. It's way detailed. You don't have to worry about it if you don't want to, but I'd rather put in the detail, just in case. And then you can wrap some different colors of clay around pieces of wire for your AV cables, and push those all into the clay in the back. And before baking, I actually used a little liquid clay to keep everything in place, and also to even out the seam between the panel and the rest of the television. Then once baked, you can go on ahead and start painting. You just want to give it a nice uniform black coating on the front and the back. Don't forget, of course, the handle, which is going to be the stand for the television. Now I wanted mine to be able to change pictures or change screens, so I'm leaving the side open and putting little pieces of cardboard around either side. 3 of the 4 sides, rather. Paint those black, and then add on a piece of plastic sheeting once the paint is completely dry. You can add on buttons if you want before adding on the plastic sheeting. And then finally put an additional frame of paper or cardstock over the top. This way, the whole side is open and you can slide in and out different pictures that you've cut to fit your television. If you like that, you can do the same thing with the picture frame. And then for the remote, another trapezoidal shape, but make this one longer. Wider at the top, smaller at the bottom, and then you can round out the edges with your ball tool or needle tool or knife. And then I'm using my ball tool to punch little holes in, and then filling those with paint. Then a little liquid clay over the top. If you want to do a Roku or anything with raised or square buttons, then you can just simply cut out pieces of squares and put those on. Then for a DVD player, I used a small rectangular shape and I pre-baked it, and then I'm adding little sheets of clay on either side. Cut the sheet so you leave a DVD size opening in the middle, but close out the back and the sides. Then you can take an additional slice and bake that separately. That's going to be the cover. Once baked, you can put a little liquid clay on it and place that flat on another sheet of clay, facing downward. That way the clay won't cave in and sink in while it's baking. and then glue that little cover that you cut off earlier onto a piece of paper, and you can slide the whole thing in like a DVD drawer. And then don't forget to paint it silver. If you want to put a little DVD in with it, you can do the same thing, paint that one silver as well. Or you can even use some nail foil. Lastly, paint in any sort of details, like a screen, or add on any sort of buttons out of liquid clay. And if you want to make a DVD cover, you can just run off the picture of a DVD you want to make on your printer, and just wrap that around the solid sheet of black polymer clay or white polymer clay. That's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.